Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second and a half episode of The King's Court. I would personally like to apologize.
Yeah, for
Not
that
only
guy right there.
to you, you'll notice that there's a weird energy going about today. But I'd also like to apologize, Seth and Jace. We just recorded for about 23 minutes. Turns out my audio wasn't recording.
You do suck, dude.
I know. I've been podcasting for over half a year.
You didn't even... I did a whole mic check right before we started recording.
I didn't. I had faith. But in
like,
what?
"Ugh, I've done this before."
I did. I got cocky one time.
You bastard.
I know.
Anyway,
Here we are.
twitch.tv
Welcome back.
/welcome to Chili's 619.
Immediate shameless plug. Like, not even a minute in. Immediate shameless. Absolutely.
Well,
animal,
why are you
you
plugging your
beast.
Twitch?
We're talking about video games.
We're
talking about
I play
video games.
on Twitch.
We just talked about video games for 20 minutes. No
We
one
did.
heard me.
I was there.
I didn't say anything funny, but I wasn't heard.
When do you ever?
Yeah, really.
I don't know. But here we are now. Welcome back, everybody. Second and a half episode. There will never be an episode 2. We missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yes. So what video games have you guys been playing recently?
I have been playing Rocket League, and I'm the best at Rocket League.
I'm playing Rocket League on the PC. I'm playing Doom on the Xbox, and am I playing any mobile games?
Who plays mobile?
Yeah, really. Let me stop you right there.
I go in waves. There are some mobile games that elicit a dopamine response for a month.
Is Adventure Cap really a game? I mean, I guess you press a button.
Isn't that
What's
all
the
games?
standard to be a video game?
Don't say, oh, you press buttons. That's all
When
games.
does a computer program become a video game?
Now that's an excellent question.
I would imagine. Hold on, let me formulate this real quick.
No, because straight up, you formulate, and while you do, have you seen the TED Talk on this, Seth?
No.
There's a really interesting TED Talk that talks about the fact that, like, you start your new job, they put you in your little uniform vest, and they sit you in front of a machine, and they were like, in order, press these buttons, and then at the end of the day, you'll get paid. And it's literally just up, left, up, and it's like a list of, like a 50-page document of just buttons to press in this order. And he's like, would you take that job? And it didn't pay very well. And the overwhelming answer was no. But he's like, okay, well, take all the buttons that are in a row and, orient them like this. And it looked like a controller. And he's like, now give each button an output, like a visual output. And it just turned into a game of Mario, step by step. It turned into a classic NES Mario game. And he was like, now would you play this? Some people play this for hours. When does a random input of, anything, numbers, letters, buttons, become a game?
I would imagine that it's on an individual basis. Like, at the point you get enjoyment out of the...
In that case, Adventure Capitalist is a game. Or it was. In that case, Adventure Capitalist was a game like 2 weeks ago.
Now it's an addiction.
Now it's just space on my phone.
Yeah.
I haven't opened it in like a week.
Dude, the purest form of the just dopamine response for button presses is the
nut button?
No, what's the chicken game? The chicken farm game?
I think I see ads for that on Adventure Capitalist.
I swear to God, you press a button and it spawns a chicken. And the more chickens you get, the more eggs they lay, the more farms you can buy, so you can press more buttons.
I get.
That's just Adventure Cap.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, yeah, it's
an
every
idle
game
clicker
in that category.
Yeah, but instead of money, it's chickens. So.
Well, what do you call that category of game where it's like
Idle clicker.
It's a what?
An idle clicker.
Okay.
He was ready for it.
Yeah.
If the measure of how good the game is how high your number of money or chickens is, and that number can go up while you're away from your computer or phone. It's an idle game. It's a game that can be played by not playing the game. It's a very interesting genre. But it gets boring pretty fast.
Yeah.
I played Adventure Capitalist for like 2 weeks and now I'm burnt out again.
2 weeks is honestly a really long time to play Adventure Cap.
Oh, and like, I mentioned this on the other podcast I do, but I'll go ahead and say it here. I played for at least like 5 hours a day.
Buddy.
My high score is like 8 hours in a day.
Your high
It was
score?
on
High score.
Whoa.
high score.
My high score on time wasted is 8
My
hours.
record. My record on time wasted is literally 8 hours. I have a screenshot
Every
of like
second
8 hours
I
of
was
screen
at-
time.
Every second I was supposed to be at work, pshaw, I was clicking a button.
Yeah, but I'm burnt out now, so I'm back on. I'm on to Doom and Rocket League. Here's a interesting video game kind of question. What is the first video game you remember playing?
Like the most memorable, like the first thing that pops into my head has got to be, it's got to be Halo, right? Like that's the first thing I can think
Sure.
of visibly in my head. Other than like the plug and play where you used to have like SpongeBob and a joystick.
I had that, and I also had the Spider-Man one.
Yeah. Get this. Oh my gosh, this is the first video game I've ever played. It was like a projector, and it like projected ducks onto the wall, and you had like a little gun, and you shot the ducks. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
Interesting. No, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
No.
Sounds like
I'm
Duck
genuinely interested. Like I've never heard of that, and I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
I
So I
haven't
bet that's
seen
cool.
it since it existed. I mean, I don't know.
Because
It no
that sounds
longer
like
exists.
I don't
that
think so.
sounds like really really early like augmented reality almost.
Yeah. It was like I was like 6 or 7.
That sounds really advanced.
It came with like honestly, let me try to find this real
Yeah,
quick. Hope
you
you
know,
guys don't mind.
you Google it for sure.
Yeah. that's cool.
Personally, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out that it was a group of games. I don't think I could pick the very very first I ever played, but I remember there were like 4 on the Nintendo 64. When I have like a core memory of my first times holding a control. Which, by the way, I grew up like that was my first console was a Nintendo 64. I was 5. I was 4. You know how big a 4-year and 5-year-old's hands are? And the N64 controller is like one of the biggest there ever was. There was like a whole third thing there in the middle. So I learned on that. So I think there's merit to be had there. But it was Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, Rayman 2: The Great Escape, and the last one, Gex. Gex? It was a gecko, and he was also a spy. Yeah, it's Gex. Nice. Yeah, it is a gecko, and he has sunglasses.
Interesting.
Cool.
Any weird stuff you remember, Sam?
I didn't play much of like the mainstream stuff, like the mainstream one player stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was a small child and I was bad at it.
Fair.
Like Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, stuff like that. I didn't play a whole lot of initially.
Yeah.
I started playing them when I grew up a little bit, when I was like 7 or so or 8. I remember playing Mario Party 4 on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And the GameCube has 4 inputs, so you can have 4 people playing on it at a time
Yes.
with 4 controllers, and there's 3 siblings, so it kind of worked out.
Nice.
My sister didn't play as much as the rest of us, but
Did you guys ever play? I know you had said, Jim, earlier. You had said you had an N64. You missed the GameCube train.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the N64, the next the next console I had, chronologically, was the PlayStation 2. So there's a pretty big gap there.
Delicious. That was an amazing gaming console, but we'll get to that later. The the N64, I remember I have early memories of like this DK free roam 3D world game. Uh,
I used to play that. I know what you're talking about,
yeah,
and I used to
I
play it.
just don't remember the name of it.
Me neither.
Oh, those are the craziest games because it was the same kind of vibe you got as Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that link I texted you? It was of the game.
I'm genuinely impressed with that technology. The fact that that was released before I was.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. Um, oh,
Did I get you with that one, Seth?
Jim, I don't know if I've said this publicly before, but I really do hate you.
why? Why do
Yeah.
you hate me?
Yeah.
There's a button on the bottom of my mic.
Don't click it. Don't click it. We already
clicked
lost
it.
20 minutes of footage.
Uh,
But let me see here. Do you have... Okay, so Seth, you co-hosted a special episode of my other podcast, and we talked about like cartoons, like early TV shows that we watched growing up.
Yeah, we did.
And we spent a sizable portion of time talking about these games that are kind of lost to the ages. That, like, you say it and, like, no one's ever heard of it, or, you know, they knew that it existed, but they never really watched it. So you're just left with those memories and you're like, no, it was wild. Do you have any games like that? Because I have, like, for the PS2, there was a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for the PS2. It was a ridiculous game.
I used to have a PS2.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I would do that thing where I, prayed every time I turned it on that it would work.
Yep.
I found out recently that was a thing. Like, it wasn't just me. It was
Yeah, that's wild. That's
pretty much all PS2 owners.
Mhm.
Like, the loading screen would come on and you'd be like, please, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look at it. If
And
you
you
look
heard
at
the
it, it won't
sound.
come on. You have to look away.
you have to look away.
And then it would make that sound like and you'd be like,
That
I get to play today.
I do recall that being a genuine concern
Yeah.
amongst
Said it wouldn't start.
various consoles, not just the PS2, but every time you'd like click the on button, you'd be like, please work, please work, please work.
yeah.
Straight up, just because like the old cartridge consoles, like the N64, it was stopped by dust.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what made a PlayStation 2 not function, but like you want to halt a console in its tracks? Dust. I feel like you can really bang up a disc now and put it in like a PlayStation 5 and it'll read it. It'll
Yeah.
sound like an airplane taking off, but it'll read it.
Yeah.
There was also the concern. I don't know if you guys ever had like the Xbox 360. I know Seth had one, but like one of the
I had
newer
the 360.
models.
I got it for my 13th birthday. Y'all were there.
The older models, dude.
Yeah.
They used to get this thing called the Red Ring of Death, and
Yep.
and it would you'd be sitting there, you'd be playing your favorite game, and then all of a sudden things would sound like, zzz, and there would be a red ring, the screen would shut off, and it would be like, sorry, we're experiencing blah blah blah, and you'd be like, literally no, because that was a death sentence. That meant that your Xbox
lose your
was
mind.
now a paperweight. Like,
Yeah.
I think I recently saw a TikTok and someone got the red ring of death and then he was like really bummed out and then like they were unplugging it to like throw it away and he just goes, now hold on. What if I just like turn it back on and it works? And he tries and it works and everyone goes ballistic.
dude, that's the best.
That's like seeing your check engine light come on, and then you're like, oh, please no, I can't afford this. And then you just turn your car off, and then back on, and it's just
And it doesn't start.
Not even that.
And you're trapped at the Sam's Club.
Your check engine light comes on, you just hop a railroad, and then bam, it's off. Whatever was
So
wrong
the
is
rest of
now
your car.
fixed.
They don't make cars like they used to.
Oh.
I actually, and this is what kind of made me remember it. I had a friend of mine run out of gas yesterday on her way home from like an outing. She had like an appointment somewhere. She was on her way home. She runs out of gas, and she messages me. She's like, "LOL, run out of gas." I was like, "Do you need me to? Do you need me to bring you gas right now?" I was like, "I'll do that." And she was like, "Yes, please." And I was like, "Okay," because I think her husband was still at work and was going to be until like late. So I went out. I got a gas can, and I must have felt like what Seth felt like at least 8 times during high school, because I historically ran out of gas probably once every 2 months at least during high school.
That is true. I just don't know why,
Just get gas.
there were.
Just get gas.
I mean, thinking about this, there were like three places you went, right? There was school, there
Yeah,
was your house,
yeah.
and there was the theater.
Okay. There was your house. There was
Sometimes.
Seth's house.
Sometimes.
There was church sometimes. There was work. I had a job.
That is true.
But
I forgot about the
it was
work part.
it was a part-time job. You know, I never had any number of hours solidified.
Hmm.
I had a part-time job and I had theater. I had both of you guys. I had work, I had school. It's not that I didn't have enough places to get gas. There were plenty of gas stations around. I didn't have the money to facilitate the outings I was going on. I'd go to like hang out with people daily. I'd be
Yeah.
out of the house. If I could be out of the house, I was gone.
Yeah,
So
but the thing is, I would just imagine you'd be getting in your car at least once and be like, that's pretty much on empty. And then you'd be like, well, maybe I should go to the gas station before. Nah. Let's just go straight there and then fingers crossed.
if I go really fast now and then just let off the gas, I should be able to coast all the way to Jason's.
Should be able to go.
Just coast. Just get someone behind. That's what we should have done, Seth. You should have
There's
just
only,
like
like,
gotten
one
your
stop.
car behind me, and I should have put it in neutral. I should just steered.
Right.
You should just
Just
push
go.
me.
Yeah. Let's give it a little love tap.
Speaking of driving in video games, what is your first ever experience with the famous game franchise GTA?
Ooh.
Personally, a friend from school brought it in his backpack, and we traded in the hallway, and then I put it in my backpack, and then I brought it home, because no way my parents were going to let me near GTA. I'll censor it. Don't worry about that.
Stop.
So it was GTA San Andreas, and it was a good game.
Yeah.
It's classic San Andreas. Good game.
My first experience with that was I was over at a friend's house and I had no clue what the game even was or like what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, just check this out. Check out this game. You're gonna love this. And so he pops it in, right? And I'm just running around. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, okay, you see that button? That's shoot. And I was like, but like I'm just walking around town. Why do I want to shoot?
Where are the bad guys at?
And he was like, just shoot.
Just shoot
And
it. Just hit the
so-
button.
Yeah, there was like a rampage, and I was like, this is new. This is nice.
This has
new.
unlocked something.
Yeah.
I played the original GTA.
Mm.
First one I played on PS2. The only reason we were allowed to play it, I was like 7, 8.
Yeah.
It was rated T, I think, and then the rest of them were just rated M for mature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was hard to play. I didn't know what to do. It was like it wasn't first person. It was like eagle eye view, and then you could see yourself running down the street.
Yeah.
You could steal a car.
Yeah.
And it was really 8-bit.
I remember seeing this on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Very primitive version.
Yeah. Do y'all know what the first Fallout looks like?
Yeah.
Jeez.
was kinda like that.
Jace,
like
if you
that.
don't know what the first Fallout game looks like,
I think I do. It reminds me of the closest thing I can think of is like the new Call of Duty Zombies like arcade mode
yeah.
where it's like a top down view and you can just see like a little stick out in front of you that's your gun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think so anyway.
Yeah.
Very. It's kind of crazy how you think, like, like in our lifetime,
Oh,
we
that it's gone from.
we started with little like a top-down view that was like 8-bit. We were playing it on like the computer. Oh my gosh, I'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah.
And now I can put on
I
a
can see the
headset.
pores on people's faces.
Stick a what?
Yeah.
I can see the pores on people's faces. Like in The
Yeah.
Last of Us 2, the graphics are
Not just
ridiculous.
that. Like instead of playing at a computer, I can put on a headset and I can see my hands in game
Mm-hmm.
and do whatever I need to do. Like it tracks my movement. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And have you guys seen the new technology they're developing with the resistance? So like when you
I don't like
squeeze
the.
Yeah.
something,
Oh, yes,
it
haptic touch.
it pulls. Yes, haptic, where it pulls on your muscles. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't like the way you said, have you seen the technology they're making with the resistance? That made me feel like unsafe pretty much.
Like in Star Wars,
Yeah, I thought there was a revolt and I was like, whose side
there's
are we on?
the resistance. No, but I was
Oh
gonna
man, the Force no. Yeah, the Force Unleashed.
something
That's a good game.
something was it caught my attention when I said it. You remember
Also
the
Sonic
old
Unleashed.
computer
Good
games that
game.
you'd have on like little CDs and
Putt Putt.
Yeah.
yes, like you just click things and
The
it was like
fish.
basically a slideshow, but you had to click on the right thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Those PC games were crazy. Oh man, memories. Jump start? Jump start? Jump start? Jump start. Yeah. I'm not crazy. They were like educational computer games. You just pop that disc in and it's like, "Oh, you're in a haunted mansion. You got to escape by doing multiplication." Like it was it was ridiculous and I was way too young to be playing the ones I was doing because like they were for my older sister, but like to me I'm like game and I'm like trying to beat the game and I can like do half the levels but then it gets to like literal like long division and I would just be like Jamie come beat this level for me.
Dude, hand me a game that uses long division and I can't beat it. I'm telling you, man. Long division is a long gone memory that I never used it once. Kids, if you're watching this, don't do long division.
Can you imagine if at the end of Skyrim to defeat the main boss, all you had to do was solve 97 divided by 8?
Oh no. Carry
Okay,
the
I once got stumped on 8 plus 5. Let's not get into long division. 8 plus 5 once stumped me. Uh Gosh, no, but
It was funny. Hang on.
yeah.
Backpedal. It was just really funny because you wrote it out. You wrote 8 plus 5 on a whiteboard to solve it.
It is
I'm
true,
a
you
visual
did do that.
You
thinker.
still have to do it in your head.
I'm a visual thinker. What do you think is the like ultimate direction for video games? Because right now we're going into augmented reality, we're going into like VR. That's kind of the direction advances in video gaming is taking. What do you think? Where do you think we're going to be in like 20 years?
I think RPGs had a big spot for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because I myself personally, the more I play RPGs, like, Skyrim is a big one, probably one of the biggest, definitely one of the biggest. It might be, I think it's the best selling RPG of all time.
Probably. That sounds right.
The more I play games like that, like I just started playing Fallout New Vegas again. I don't know. It feels like I am starting to like games more that have a specific direction.
Mm-hmm.
I still like RPGs. I'm just not into them as much as I was, I guess. It's weird.
I would imagine that that is so cute.
I
I would
love this guy.
imagine that the direction that video games are headed in, um, I think the ultimate goal is to get like AR with a reactive environment. So
That's
it's
what I'm thinking. I've always thought that.
like you
That's augmented reality for those who don't know.
Hmm.
like you go to a place like a building and it's a completely interactive environment and you put on some goggles and it totally transforms whatever's in front of you. You know, it's lightweight, compatible with everybody and like I think that's where we're ultimately headed towards um for the ultimate video game experience.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go the other direction, I think it'll branch off into two things. You either go somewhere to play video games or um like in a few video game like TV shows and stuff, they've introduced the idea of like a nerve link where you're transported, like basically your whole brain is transported into the game. I think that's
I've seen that episode of Black Mirror.
yeah, that's an actual. I think that's a good possibility.
There
Hope
already
so.
exists. Now it's not a very common piece of equipment, but there already exists a piece of equipment that kind of when you're wearing like a VR headset, it's huge. It takes up like a 5 by 5 foot square, but it's like a bowl almost, and it's made of like almost like a Teflon material. You have to wear shoes that are also made of this material, and then there's like a hoop around you that you have to buckle into and tie around your waist so that it's a safety, you don't fall. But as run your feet across this material, it tracks this walking in game, and you're strapped there, so like you can pivot and you can run in any direction, and it allows you like the freedom of movement in VR. It's not a very popular piece of equipment, but it exists, and I've seen
Yeah,
multiple
yeah, I've
kind of.
seen that. I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. I
Yeah.
think that's like the branch that will lead to um the whole
Mm-hmm.
Neuralink kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've seen isn't it called Neuralink?
Maybe.
The thing Elon Musk is working on with like a chip in your brain
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I know what you're talking
with
about.
the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neuralink.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of essentially reads your brainwaves, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I
If you
wrote
don't know
or
what Neuralink is, essentially what they've done is they've been able to program this chip. They did an experiment with like a chimp or something. They put a chip in the chimp's brain, and it like they trained the chimp to have this mouse and like move the mouse and like click on things that like if it clicks in a certain sequence or whatever in the desired form, the chimp gets like a treat or
yes.
food. And then they disconnected the mouse and turned on the Neuralink, and it was able to move the mouse to or the controller to like it was using the Neuralink to control the cursor and like click on things
Oh,
so that
so
it
he
would
was
get the
like,
treat.
I don't have a mouse, but he was thinking like, I need to click on that in order to get my treat, and then
So
it
I think the chimp still had the mouse and it thought it was on and it was using it, but it wasn't turned on. And it was
clever.
working because he was using the Neuralink and he was using like his brain to
They
think like, "Oh, I want this to move here."
they
Oh,
tricked
that's
a
insane.
monkey.
Do you think
Yeah.
do you
They
think
tricked him.
that's
That's just rude.
do you think that's like do you think the mouse was like a training tool almost? Like it was the
Mhm.
thing that was like this is the brainwave he gets when he's clicking here. This is the brainwave he gets when he's clicking
Right.
here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's how they trained it to think that way like, "Oh, I want this to move here.
Mm-hmm.
that is
Like I want
insane.
this cursor to move up and to the right.
No, I've
That
I've
way
never heard
I'll get
about this.
this
That's a really
food."
cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned the nerve link thing, Jace, from like Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I didn't mention
You
that
know
part,
that
but
tech
yeah.
I thought you said nerve link. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, you know that Sword Art Online takes place next year.
That's scary because I
No.
feel like we're insanely close.
I feel like we're insanely close to like
I
any
don't think we're that
technological
close.
breakthrough.
You know what else comes out next year? Party Animals. When it's been ready for over a year.
What is
There's
it?
a game called Party
I'm-
Animals, and
Party Animals.
it's the
They
world's
released
best
a
game.
demo for like a week last year, and it was so good. It's such a good game. It's so fun. You play it with your friends, and you knock each other off the map.
Oh, I've seen
and you
that.
kill each other, and you try to win, and it's so fun. It's so silly. There's so many different like weapons and stuff you can use. It's so fun, and they released it for a week, and it worked so well. So many people played it, and it worked. It just worked. And then they took it away from us.
That is messed
It's been
up.
almost a year, and they're not releasing the full game until next year.
Why?
This was in like
Why?
late 2020, and then they
Yeah,
took it away and they said,
October.
"All right, we're releasing it in 2021." And then
That's
we were all like,
ridiculous.
"Awesome."
No. I don't listen. Hey,
Hey man,
Party Animals devs, if you're watching,
I'm gonna send this to them. I'm totally
I
gonna be
will
like, "Hey,
pay-
sponsor us."
I will pay anything. I don't care if it's not done yet. I want to play your game. Give me what you have. I will play it. I swear.
It was really good, Jace.
I wish I had gotten to play it.
It's so much fun.
I hope you got the
It's so
chance.
much fun.
That's hilarious.
And now it's gone.
We'll play it on the channel when it finally comes out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a year.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Insane. It was 10 day, man. It was done. What more do they have to do? Like, it worked. We didn't have any bugs. We didn't have any lag. We just played the game and we had joy for a brief moment. And they took it away.
That was the last time I felt happy.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys? Sorry, go ahead, Jimbo.
I was gonna give us something to wrap up with.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go into
Please,
this real quick.
Please. I'd love to be done with this.
Okay, so we'll go one by one. We'll try and make it short.
Wait.
Um,
Let me do this one thing real quick.
Okay.
Did this I don't even know if this will make the cut, but listen. You know what else comes out in 2022 that has been long awaited? Did you play Breath of the Wild, Jimbo?
I played with it.
The second one comes out 2022. Oh my god, it looks so good. So good.
So good and tasty.
And I've been waiting on it a long time because I keep wanting to replay the first one, but it's just so like, oh my god, it's so much work, and I already have everything else in the other profile and blah blah blah.
But just to kind of wrap up, I was gonna ask. Let's say in
Ooh,
20
movie
years, we've got that. Let's say in 20 years, we've got that Neuralink or whatever. We can be in a game. What existing game would be your first go-to if you could be in it? And now this isn't some like dystopian future. It's not like, oh, if you die in the game, you die for real. Like, it's just you want to have a good time. You've had a long day of work. You come home. You pop your chip on, and you play this game.
See, I mean, it has to be. It has to be for me, Minecraft. It's gotta be.
Really?
There's no other
Yeah.
choice. I mean, to be inside of Minecraft, you know how long I've wanted that? Like since the
I'd-
first time I played Minecraft.
I think I'd actually poop if there was like a creeper behind me.
Yeah, that would be so
Like,
creepy. but it
If
would
I
be
got
like-
spooked by a creeper in real life, I think I'd actually just poop. Seth?
Probably forgot the name of it. It was
What?
It's in your brain, isn't it?
Honey Pop?
Yes, that's it. Honey Pop.
what is it?
Honey Pop. It's a game where you have it's like you play Candy Crush, and if you win, you
It's
get nudes.
No, probably yeah. Minecraft would be dope as hell
Yeah.
to play.
We're just gonna change gears like that? I want to hear more. Hold on.
Minecraft would be super cool.
My favorite games are like not the kind of game you'd want to be in.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil 7, Bloodborne.
That'd be. I don't know.
Re-
I think that would
Resident
be
Evil.
really interesting
If a
to
creeper
play
would make me
horror
poop,
game.
I think my heart would just stop. I think I'd just stop living
Dude,
if I like played
Skyrim?
Resident Evil.
Imagine Skyrim.
That would be awesome.
I think Skyrim's it. I think they're like, hey man, we're trying out this technology. It's going to be coming out 5 years from now. You only get to play one game to test it out now because we're doing like play tests. What do you want to play? I'd say boot up Skyrim. I think
it's a
you nailed it on
classic.
the head. Thank you everyone for watching episode 2.5. Hope you liked it. If you have a topic you want to hear us talk about,
Please.
We need
or
suggestions.
if you know us, if you know us,
tell us what to talk about.
if you
because
know
we
us
don't
personally, and most of you may, if you have a particular story that you love hearing us tell, because we only have so many, let us know. And because we have like 10 years of memories and we forget the funny stuff that happens to us, unless it comes across in like a Snapchat or Facebook memory.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if you have anything you want us to talk about, just let us know and we'll do our best.
We'll do our best. I'll have my audio on.
That would be nice for the next time.
That would be nice.
Next time, I'll have a high quality microphone.
Nice. Seth?
I have one.
No, you were going to say something. I'm not talking about your mic.
We explained that, didn't we? That you weren't recording audio?
Yes,
Yeah,
at the
we
very beginning. First thing we did. Bless you.
I got a piece so bad.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
We love you. Well,
Peace.
no, we love you.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.